Hello, the purpose of this video is to explain and show how to draw preliminary sections. So you have your floor plan and you revised it according to some adjustments that you need to do because of, let's say, the ADA or the building code. Um, Let me just go back to plan here. And for after you have finished your floor plan adjustments, you're supposed to now make a section. But in reality, what you need from the section is basically your floor to floor. So you can do a very rough schematic section like this, and but you really after it's just floor to floor. And a lot of architects and designers nowadays, they don't really do a schematic section like this, just to know what the floor to floor structure would be, because they would just keep this up in their head, you know. So uh, we're going to need to create a section. You don't need to create a schematic section if you're just after your floor to floor, but you do need to create out of the section and out of the floor plan some schematic elevation. Uh, and you could have done that also in SketchUp, right? So I've explained the benefits of visualizing your building in SketchUp. It does have like a um, drawback in terms of knowing how to use SketchUp. If you're not used to it, it'll be pretty slow for you. But once you do, it'll be pretty fast and inserting SketchUp models and all of that ones. So if you want to invest your time in developing your model in SketchUp, I could give you more time. But for this module for this week, we are going to create first preliminary sections. Okay, so preliminary doesn't look like this. This is very rough schematic. And you are also going to do a preliminary elevation. Your schematic elevation, I've already asked for that one as an assignment. And you could have done that also in SketchUp and then just convert that into a schematic drawing. But certainly, as I told you, doing it in SketchUp has benefits because you can basically go and just change into a different style, and we just show you your schematic set. This would be perceived as your schematic. Okay, so yeah, you can do it that way. And once you're done with your schematic, uh, you're going to move into your preliminary, and that's what we're going to discuss in this video. Okay, so schematic has been done already, has been asked. You're supposed to have also submitted this one for this week's module. You could have done it this way, and I'm okay with that one, or you could have done it in SketchUp, and I'm okay with that one too. But for this video, we're going to work on developing a preliminary section and a preliminary elevation. Okay, and if you've done it in SketchUp, your job is halfway done because you can export this in AutoCAD as a DXF. So if you export it in AutoCAD as a DXF, I provided a video on how to do that. You do have to do a PNG to DXF if you're doing it in SketchUp free, and you're gonna have to see some double lines here that you need to clean up. And if you did it in the Pro, okay, the Pro version, this is what I have here in the screen. It's the Pro version. When you import it in AutoCAD, it's much cleaner. Okay, there's no double lines that you need to clean up. You just need to change your color assignments, and that's what we're going to do for the preliminary elevation. But let's continue now with the preliminary section. And again, I don't mean this. This is schematic section. Okay, because I did my elevation in SketchUp, when it gets down to the elevation or preliminary elevation, my investment will now pay off because I can import that in AutoCAD, and I don't need to do much work on the elevation. So let's move on to whoop, the section. Let me just go back to plan. Okay, let's go back. Let's now move on to section. When you're creating a section, you do have to have your floor plan. Okay, so your floor plan, you're supposed to have finalized it based on any changes on requirements of the ADA, located your stair, and again, this could still change depending on any new rule you discovered. Okay, so but once you finalize it, you will need this to do your sections. Okay, so we're going to just use the drawing where I already have my elevation from SketchUp, and we're going to do a XREF of my base plan. So let's just check our layer. We only have these kinds of layers, so we're going to create a new one. Let's create a new one, and let's create a new one called plan. Okay, and it doesn't have to be very specific because this is not going to be part of any architectural uh, submission, uh, the plan, the XREF. So we're going to just make a plan. I left it with the color white, and then we're going to do an XREF, and I can change to the layer plan and do it before I do an XREF. And in XREF, I'm going to do an attachment, not an overlay of my first floor, and then I simply will uh, click anywhere. Okay, and then what I will do is I will rotate this based on being the front of the street is in the uh, south side. Okay, so I'm gonna just rotate, and I'm just gonna pick my XREF, enter, pick any point here, and I'm gonna do a reference. I'm gonna pick this point and this point, and then I'm going to just rotate that one, and I'm going to turn on my ortho so that it becomes horizontal. There you go. That's what I have now right now. Okay. Uh, Now when I pull my layers now, I will see all of my XREF uh, XREF layers um, under base first rev 2. Okay, so one of the things that you need is your grid. So I'm gonna turn on the grid. So turn that on, and that's these. Uh, if you haven't updated your grids, then you need to update them based on any changes that you have done. So let's go here. These are my new grids now since I added a wall here. I'm removing the grid from the elevator, and I moved up my grid over here. So I'm done with that one. So I just click save. And then when I go to my base 11 Pro from Pro, it will tell me, hey, you updated your base plan. So I just simply click that, and it'll show me my updates, and I'm just gonna click check to accept those changes. So the reason why you want it here is because you're going to draw a cutting plane. A cutting plane is a line that cuts the building. Um, Usually it's a straight line, but you can have a different cutting plane. Okay, so for that cutting plane, we are simply going to again go back to your base base plan, and then we're going to create a layer, and let's create a new one. Okay, and then just put in A, and then SECT, and then line. So a section line, and then we're gonna make that color yellow, and then the line type, we're going to use a center line type. Okay, all right. So, and then we're going to draw the a line where we want to cut a section. So usually stairs are good locations where to cut. Okay, so we're gonna draw a line going through this stair and through this landing, and then go straight like this. Okay, and then we're going to assign that to that layer, and there you go. Okay, and we're simply going to save this, and then go back to our base elevation, and then upload our XREF, update our XREF, and then click OK for yes, and there you go. Okay. Now, the reason why we did this on the base plan is because we need to show this on our base plan when we get to the um, development phase, construction development phase. Okay. So we're now doing a preliminary, and let's now start. Okay. So um, let's first start and create a layer. Okay. If you don't have any layer for pens, then you have to create the new one. So we're going to do a pen one, which is going to be color one. And let's just use that for now, pen one. And since I have my elevation here ready, I'm going to use this one for the line of my first floor. Okay, so that's not the line of the street, but the slab of the first floor, which is in line with this one. And I'm going to now maybe just bring that closer. It's too far up. Okay. Um, I'm now going to bring the limits of the lot and the building here. And I know from my schematic section that it's 14, 14, and that is reflected on my elevation as well. So that's the 14. So you can do an offset um, and do 14, 14 feet. Uh, well, distance is 14 feet. Oh, it didn't want to accept that because I forgot to set my units. The units set to architectural, click OK, and then I'm going to do an offset of 14 feet and then offset this upwards, and it should line up with this one. Okay. We don't need that straight line, but we're going to uh, change that later. I'm just going to trim, okay, and move it here. I can sort of do that a little bit here. And for that one, I'm simply going to um, change that later. Change that now or change that later. It doesn't matter. Let's just create another new layer again here. Layer pen 2 and adjust it to color 2. And then so I can assign this pen 2. Okay. Now some might want to pull back their layer or their floor to floor just a tad short. Okay. Because over here you're going to have a floor. Okay, and then down here you're going to drop down your wall thickness, and here too you're going to drop your wall thickness. There is a command if you don't want to see everything here. You can sort of do an X clip. Okay, X clip, and X clip works for XREFs. And what you do is you create a boundary, new boundary, and then you do let's say rectangular, and then you do something like this, and then it'll clip uh, just the things that you don't want to see outside. You put it outside this boundary, and it sort of trims it, but it's not. It's just clipping it, and you can always adjust this boundary down. See how it shows. So it's like an automatic clipping plane. So we can also do that because anything in front of your section line is not supposed to be seen. So you can do something like that. Okay. And then so that means that you can move closer to your floor plan. So that's called X clip. Okay. So the ceiling is another 14 feet. So I can simply just copy this and copy it 14 there. Oh, I thought I did a copy. There you go. Copy and then, or you can do an offset. Doesn't matter. Now, a lot of people uh, wants to show the thickness of the plywood, but from a scaled drawing point of view, that's really too thin to see. But if you want to show it, plywood flooring, you may have a total of 1 inch with a 3/4 inch plywood and maybe a 1/4 inch thick carpet, or if you have laminate, then it's another half an inch or something. So let's say you have a floor of 1 inch. Okay, so you can designate the top of the plywood as the top of your floor to floor, and then all the finishes goes on top of it. So we can just offset with 1 inch and offset downwards. That's going to be the thickness of the plywood, and you can hardly see it, especially when you make a wall a line weight adjustment later. You can't see this. Okay, so here you will also have your thickness of the plywood. Okay, so at 1 inch. Okay, there you go. And then we're not for a schematic design. We just simply do a thickness of the floor structure and the roof structure, and then shade it out. And it's not important to see, but that's one schematic. For a preliminary, you may want to see the structure and what it's made of. Okay, so at this point, you're supposed to know what the structure would look like. Okay, so I'm just gonna bring this down here because this is the stairs and the structure is cut out. Okay. Um, so depending on where you want your structure to go, we know that there's going to be a column somewhere here in the middle, and then the beams goes left and right. Okay, left and right. So there's going to be your definitely your grid has to be down here. I'm just gonna so there's gonna be like your grid. So we're gonna just match property with this one, and I'll adjust that later. So at this property, you might have a beam, okay, that could be 18 inches tall or something. So you're gonna make just a wood beam. So I'm gonna do a rectangle. I'm gonna do a 4 comma 18, enter, and then I'm gonna just move that from this midpoint to this intersection here. Okay, so that's my beam, and that's 18 inches. And then you might have now here your structure goes left and right. Okay, so what kind of beam am I put? I mean structure am I putting here? It's an open web truss, and you can just do a diagram what an open web truss looks like. Okay, so normally it will be as deep as the beam. It could be shallower, but let's just try to make it as deep. So I'm gonna draw a line up to this edge here, and then we're simply going to do a line from here, and we're going to turn off my ortho here, and we're going to do a line, let's say 12 inches angle, and then it's going to be a negative 45 to go down. There you go. Just press enter, and then I'm just going to extend that up to here. There you go, extend that. Okay, and then I'm going to have another one here. So I'm going to just do a mirror and mirror that. Um, I don't have my shortcuts anymore on my keyboard, but no, I don't want to erase that. And that's going to be like the output, one of the output web address. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to just simply copy. So remember, it's not exact. Uh, it's just representation of what the structure looks like. And you're showing that you got an open web address here. Okay, something like that. You have to make an adjustment later. Typically, let's erase this last one. So typically, the adjustment means that this is sort of centered like this one. There we go. And then we're just going to copy again. And to simulate just a thickness on that one, we're just going to double up like that. That's it. Okay. And then we are going to have our ceiling here. And sometimes, buildings might not have a ceiling and might just have an exposed truss system. It all depends on the design. But if you have a ceiling and you want to cover this up, then you do have to put in, okay, one line would be for the channels that goes, and that's typically like a 1.5, 1.5. And then you get another 3/4. Okay, so let's now offset by 1 inch. Okay, or you can go exactly 3/4, so offset 0.75. Okay, there you go. And that's just the floor structure. Uh, Over here, because this is the stairs, that means we won't see any floor. Like this is open, and because you have a open stairwell, you're gonna have another beam like this up to this end, and then you're going to have another structure on this side. And typically, if it's a shorter, okay, you would just do a normal beam, and that could just be 12 inch or 12-inch joist. So we can just do offset with a 12, and then let's just do a trim. There you go. Don't need this. There you go. So that's a normal wood joist. This is an open web joist. And then this ceiling might go and get covered on this side. Okay. Uh, oh, so we're going to do an extend, and we're just extending this. Okay. Uh, so this is just preliminary. This portion here will have a chipboard too, so it'll be covered later. So, but we're gonna leave it like that for now. Okay, and that's the structure. So this would be a column over here. We don't know where the column, where did you put the column? So if we look at our floor plan, okay, the column will be here under, like, if I have an opening that I designed, the column will be here, and then the column might just be hidden here in the wall. Okay, so you're only seeing one column here to carry the beam, and then another column might be hidden here in the wall or just before the wall, exposed. Depends on design again. Um, yeah, so something like that. So we're going to have another structure, and we're just going to copy this structure here, including the thickness. Okay, and the ceiling too. Okay, and we're going to copy it from this floor to this upper floor. Okay, and because this one will now span this way, is this, that you would have another one like this here. So we're just going to mirror this. There you go. And the ceiling just goes across. Okay. Uh, so this would just go straight across. So I can just select this and pull that there, and then also do an extension of, whoop, extend, click, click. Here you go. Okay, so we're roughly done. This is the flat roof. Now, later on we go to roofs portions. It's not really a flat roof. You might have a tapered insulation here. So for now, we're going to do a 12-inch curve here. So we're gonna offset 12-inch from the topmost. What is going on? Offset 12, enter here, and then top. There you go. And then trim. Okay. And then this one has a parapet that is 30 inches on the very top of the roof. So if there's a tapered insulation here that goes this way, this is going to be definitely higher than 30 inches. So for now, let's just make it 30 inches. So I'm gonna offset again, 30, click there, and then we can do a fillet. Oh, it looks like it rounded it. So fillet radius 0, and then I can fill it and not have any rounded corner. Okay, and then trim and erase. We don't need this to erase that. Okay, so we're almost done, and then with the basic drawing, then we can do line weights. Uh, I want to draw a line from here up to here, and then the landing from the stair. Okay, I want to show that here, and the landing would depend on how many steps. So if we're going up here, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and then 13. Okay, let's count that again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and then 13. So 13 step at 7 inches. Okay, so 13 step at 7 inches. What is that? Let me get a calculator. 13 steps times 7 would be equal to 91 inches. Going back to AutoCAD, offset 91 inches, and that's the landing. Okay, and the landing, as you can see, I'm cutting through the landing. Okay, so for the landing, I'm going to provide a 3/4 inch of 0.75 again, and then that has to be carried with something below here. Okay, so we're going to do a 12-inch structure that carries it. Offset 12, and then that's typically going to be a 2 by 12, so offset 1.5, and then I'm just gonna trim. Okay, now that could be thicker, so if it's thicker, then you just double it. Okay, so we can do a stretch, and from here you're gonna stretch there. There you go, and then you got the line going through here, perpendicular, and you basically have the same here, and then you just trim out the rest. Close this, and then trim this one and that one, and then erase this one. So that's the landing. Okay, and you're going up and the landing, and you don't see anything, but that is certainly the landing. Okay, so in this case, how do you prevent people from falling? well, you may want to put a glass here. Okay, so if that's part of your design, that's part of your design. That means that you want to probably build something here, or just put a railing. It doesn't matter. So if you want to use put a railing, railings are 36 to 42 inches. So let's do a railing, 40 inches, and we're going to do a railing up to here, and let's do a railing that looks like this, and I'm just shaping it out. Okay, and maybe a modern railing. Who knows what the present design is? Okay, and that's my railing. Okay, so um, I I probably would put a glass there, but anyway, that's what the case is. That's what the case is. Now there's a handrail here or guardrail, so we're gonna put another 40 inches up here. We're gonna do an offset. Oh, just do a line from here, and we can just copy this. Let's just copy CP, and we're gonna copy this and that one too. And it goes to that corner, and we're gonna do that to this corner here, and then we're going to just mirror that thing from here, going all the way. I hate my keyboard, but anyway, there's no shortcuts. And yes, there you go. So that's prevent people from falling over. This one prevents you from falling and sliding here. Anyway, that's what it's gonna look like. Okay, and now let's do the bottoms. On the bottom, there's a slab, and the slab would be dictated by your engineer. Let's say 6 inches downwards over there. And then for the wall footing, let's do a wall footing here of, let's say, 18 inches, okay, from the slab. So we're going to do offset of 18 from here down below, and then we're going to have another 18 here, or 16, doesn't matter. It's just representation until we talk to the engineer about how he's going to do all the calculations of that one. And we won't need this. I won't need that. This one we won't need also. And then we are going to simply use 8 fillet, and fillet that, fillet this. And then we don't need this, so erase it. We're going to trim this, that one too. Okay. That's the footing. Typically there's a chamfer here, so we're going to do a chamfer. Oh, that's a change. See chamfer. Chamfer. And the distance, let's say 4 inch and 4 inch. Chamfer here and there. There you go. That's chamfered. Okay. And we are going to trim this and trim this. We don't need this. That one. And let's trim this. Let's trim that and that one. We're gonna mirror this and then move from here perpendicular to this. And then simply do a fillet here and do a fillet here. And there you go. So uh, and copy this floor to floor line. Copy this one from this perpendicular to down here. Okay. We're gonna trim this and erase this. Same thing here. We're gonna trim. Oh, right. Okay, so that's going to be our section for our preliminary. And then all we're going to do is set your line weights. Okay, proper line weights for presentation purposes. Okay, okay. Okay, so don't forget to bring down or show your grid lines. So the grid lines on the base plan are green. We just had it yellow. We can change to green later. This one goes through because it's part of a column. And then this one's for this wall in the back, and this one's for the side, this other side. This is for the floor. So you're gonna need to bring that down, and we will move this further higher. We don't need that, and let's now set this for presentation because when you go to your layout, okay, and you're looking at your um, floor plan here, I mean your section here, double click here and let's just change it to an eighth and then hand that. Okay, so this is I think A4 or 8.5 by 11. I want that an 8 and I'm going to lock that in. Uh, and then do we have a layer viewport? No, so let's make a layer viewport and make that grayish here. We're actually going to turn that off later and move this to layer viewport. Okay. I think we need to move this further out here. We can see the lines here. You know, let's just pull this back. So let's stretch this, and stretch that, pull it back here a little bit like that, and then go to layout. Okay, and let's do a preview. Go page setup first, and we're going to modify this so that we know that we're going to print to a high quality PDF. And we're going to do a 1:1 scale with using AutoCAD CTB and its landscape. And click OK, go close, and then do a preview. Okay, everything is thin. Okay, so we want the outline of the walls and floors and sections to be a little thicker. Okay, so that's what we're gonna do. That's what we're gonna do next. So right now I haven't done any line weight adjustment, so it all is thin. And what I want to do is I want to make all the walls thicker, the floors thicker, the sections of the floor structure thicker, the roof structure thicker, and so that's what I'm gonna do next. So I signed some pen assignments here, and it is now not all thin. As you can see, there's the outline of the walls is thicker. Uh, the top and bottom of the roof is thicker. This one is still red. And what I did was basically on my model space, I use pen 5, and everything else is red. Okay, everything else is red. Um, One thing that I haven't done yet is the LT scale. So if I do LT scale, my LT scale is 1. Um, if I wanted to see more of these yellow lines, then I type in maybe 24. Okay, uh, and it doesn't show. So LT scale 96. Oh, is this one is, oh, that's why it doesn't show. It is not a line type of center. We'll do line type center, click OK, and then let's do LT scale and type 1. It doesn't show yet. It's going to model space, hard to see. Okay, so LT scale and LT scale is, let's say, 0.5. So it's showing now. Oh, it didn't accept that. Let me see. I wanted, oh, it's base layer. So we have to load a center Click OK, OK. And you can't use because you can't use a line type from an XREF. And what I've been doing is I'm selecting line types of this from the XREF. So simply select that and change that to center. And let's see what kind of LT scale am I going to need to adjust to. 0.1? No? There you go. So my LT scale is 12 right now. I can see a model space, but when you get to your paper space, you might not see it. Oh, and at the same time, let's put this in layer green. So let's make another layer called pen 3, and color is green, just like our grid. Close that and put that in layer pen 3. Okay, and match property. I want also this one to be like this scale. There you go. Now when I go to layout, I won't see any LT scale here. Okay, so I need to adjust my LT scale now. LT scale, and I want it to be what, 48 or 96. Region. Too big. LT scale. One. There you go. LT scale. Oh, 1 over 96. Too small. 1 over 24. Too much. 1 over 12. There you go. That's pretty much okay. LT scale. 1 over 8. Right. I think I like that. And so I do a preview. And there you have it. That's my preliminary section. I'm good to go. Um, and then I'm ready to sort of give this or show this later to an engineer. Well, let's do the some aesthetics later when we get to construction development. Let's just leave this for now. But basically, that's going to be your preliminary section. Um, there's no window that I'm showing, but if you do have a window, we have to show it here. Now, that's for a section showing here. You know what? So just for the purpose of showing how to do windows, right? So basically here, let's say you got a window that's 24 inches from the floor. So you just do offset and 24. And then you want this window to be at 10 feet. So offset 10 feet from the floor. There you go. You bring that in, cross that, and cross this, and then you do a trim. I have extra lines here, and then I just do lines here, okay, and then here I offset with the 2, and then also here offset with the 2, and then do a line. We might have a transom here, so we can do a line. Let's see, 18. We go, and then we do a line from the midpoint to the midpoint, and then line from the midpoint to the midpoint, and then I want to just make that all red inside. I want that all red, so it's thin. Set the walls. Do you want to have another window? I mean, a window here on? Yeah, sure. Why not? So we're just going to let's do a break BR from here to there. Just do a break so that we can see clearly. And then we're just gonna copy CP and then copy, and then put curve to here, and then we can now do a fillet, as we can see now where the walls were broken. And that's how you do a window section. Save your work. I'm gonna save that, and then I want to go to layout, and I'm gonna do go outside, and then let's do a preview, and there you have it. Okay, now I want to remove this, so I'm gonna turn off layer viewport, and then when I do a preview, I don't see that box, and that's my preliminary section, and that's only one section. You do have to now create another one from your first floor. Where do you want to cut the section? You want to cut the section uh, usually where the stairs are. Okay, so you want to cut the section here all the way here, like that, straight up. And so that's my cutting line. This is my cross section, and I want my longitudinal section over here. So you're going to do another section. And to do another section, let's just save this over here. Going to model space and refreshing our XREF and accepting it. You're going to simply now create a new section here, and you're going to uh, copy this XREF here, and then you're going to rotate that now this way. You're going to X clip that, adjust the X clip so you can see up to here, and you wanted to adjust the X clip so you can see stairs. Okay, and then you can bring that down. And basically do the same thing. Uh, you want to copy your floor and the edges of your wall here, and you want to put that, you want to copy that from here up to where this one is. So we can do a perpendicular up to here. There you go. That's my edge of the wall. Okay. And then you're going to know that the end of the building is here, so you're going to bring that down and put that there, and then do a stretch, and you wanted to do this up to the very end here, and that's going to be fillet, and that's the edge of your wall on this side, and all of this widths from floor to floor should be the same here. And then I will leave you now to create this section. um, you won't see this because this web is going this way. When you cut a section here, it has to go uh, this way now. So what you're going to do is you're going to see. No, I was thinking of you guys doing this by yourself, but I don't want you to like make a mistake. So what's going to happen is let me just pull down this other side of the wall here, and then do a fillet here. Here you go. And then, so I know that if I pull this down, oh, and that my wall, my floor will go straight across here. Again, what's the thickness of my wall here? Here you go. I'm gonna draw a line. And that's the thickness of my wall. I'm just gonna go down here, and I'm just gonna do a fillet and match that. Okay. And then the floor structure. There's a floor here. If I pull this down, we didn't do extra for the second floor, but there's a floor structure here, and the beams are gonna be like this now. Okay. The beams are gonna go like this. So there's gonna be a small beam going here like that, and then there are big beams going here. So what does that exactly look like? You know that the bottom is going to be this one. So I'm just gonna copy that and put that here. And then the beams are now going to go this way. So I'm going to create the beam. And the beam will do a 2 comma 3. There you go. Open. It's on the flat side soldier. And then we're going to simply put that and put that here. And then we're going to copy that to the corresponding ceiling down below here. And then we're going to simply do a midpoint to a midpoint here. And that's going to be one of your beams. Okay. And then what you can do is you can move that to the very end here and then start that 12 inches away. And then you wanted to have this one all the way across here. Let's pull this here and pull this here and the other one here. Oh, what is that? No, that's not it. It's this one here. That's what I want to go and pull. And this one too. Okay, and the floor structure will go and be spaced out here. 16 inches, 24 inches, depending on the engineer. So let's just do 16 inches. So I'm going to do an array, and I'm going to array this whole thing, enter, and I wanted to do a rectangular, and I wanted to create a row of simply 1, enter, and a rows, no, 0. Distance between rows, yeah, there's no rows. And then, why is it like this? Okay, enter, and then you wanted to do increment elevation between the rows, 0, enter. And then now I want the spacing columns. How many columns do we want? Well, I wanted to do a spacing of 16 inches. So 16 inches, press enter. And then the distance between rows, I just accept that. And then how many? Uh, I believe you can just simply pull this later, but let's do a count. Would 24 be enough? 24? Enter? No. So enter number of rows, 1, and then count. So we had 24, that's not enough. Let's do 40, what, 50? Enter. There you go. And then just press enter and then click this. And then now you can just retract this back. And then there you go. One more. One more is here, which is fine. Okay, so that's going to be the floor structure, and the roof will be the same thing. And so I'm going to leave you to that one. And then when you're done, you're going to again set up another layout. You can do layout 2, but it's going to look like this. And you're going to do a preview. Okay, and you're going to see whether it looks nice because of pen assignments, and you're going to turn this in and the other section. So there's 2 sections we've turned as a PDF um, for our assignment later on. Okay, I thought I was done with the lecture, but here is the floor and the roof structure, and I remembered, hey, I cut that uh, in the um, in the stairs going about turning, and so I should see this. Also have the elevator shaft, so I should see that, and the restroom, and another here. I mean another cut here where I'm supposed to see that's going down and then turn here. So to do that, let's do a wall first, going down here and going down here, and that's the wall of the elevator shaft. Same thing here. You can just do an offset, offset, and you can do it through that one, and from here to here, and here to there. Okay, and that's the elevator shaft, and this the restroom, and we could just cut that because that's a wall. We could cut that. We could still break. Uh, is my O snaps not on? Uh, Midpoint and perpendicular is what I want. Okay, we go. So break, break here, and I don't want to see that anymore. Um, and same thing here, break, break, same thing here, break. And then everything else above here, I don't want to see now, so I'll remove that. Okay, this one goes through. Uh, there are, because I'm cutting through the elevator shaft, I should not see any over here. And but this is part of a array, so I'm just going to trim this, or let's see. Let's just explode it and then erase and then trim, because I'm not supposed to see any floor on the elevator shaft. There you go. That's the elevator shaft. I can see stuff here. So this wall would have to be, anyway. This is all pen 5, and this one would be trimmed. I can erase this and trim that piece. There you go. Okay. And then now the stair. The stair is the same level as this one. So let me just copy this structure. And that's the structure attached to the wall. Erase that and move this to the wall here. But the landing, the first step is just here. So I'm going to bring that down up to here. So we're going to do a stretch. Bring this and do a fillet. Okay. Now I'm supposed to see the section of the stair going up here. So we're going to do, what's my first step? My first step is here. First step is here. There you go. And I'm supposed to see this like this. Okay. And then it's 7, right? So it's gonna do a line up here, and it's 7, enter. Here it's 11, enter. Go up here at 7, enter. Left 11, enter, and then go 7, enter, and then go 11, enter, and then 7 again, enter, 11, enter. And in reality, it's not really 7. It probably is 6 3/4. I'm just doing 7 right now. It's faster to do than 6 3/4. And this is just one way of doing it. You can do one step at 6 3/4 and then just copy it as you go along. Up to 7, and then go 11, 7, and do a 11, 7, and do an 11. And I'll just show you how to do the other one later. Perpendicular. There you go. So all of this wall I'm not supposed to see. Uh, I'm supposed to see this here. So I might have a beam here. So we're gonna just bring, or we can just copy this and put this over here. Okay, and then we'll do a fillet here, and we're not supposed to see anything here, so we can do a break and I know, I just like break, and then we're not supposed to see anything here. All of this is erased, and this one too, and all of this stuff, and this one too, and all of this stuff is erased. This one too is erased, and then this is all supposed to be blue, so we're going to do a match property. And then you go, and this one could be a structure uh, that would have a total length, but let's now do this. I'm going to do a copy. Uh, mm, Representation of the stairs only, because we're going to have details later anyway. And it could be a 12 with a 3/4, so 0.75. Enter. We don't need this now, and we'll just do a short line there and trim it out. There you go. And then connect this. Oh, fill it, and then do another fill it here, and then match property the bottom, just like that. And then same thing here. We're going to do a fillet, and we're going to do another fillet here. There you go. So that's the stair going up. And I'm going to bring this here, bring that little piece here, and just do it trim. There you go. Okay, so that's the stair. You can do a double line going like this to see the floor structure. We're going to leave it like that. And you're supposed to see the stairs from here, which is starting or ending here. Okay. This is the last step. So what we can do is we can do a copy of all of these steps here. Copy it here down below, and then do a mirror, and then do a mirror like this and answer yes, and bring it up and bring that to this intersection here, INT. There you go. But I want to see this and this and this other line. Okay, so I can see that here. Okay, and then I can just sort of, this is the other method on how to do stitch. You just simply copy one and then simply do this, do that, and here and here. There you go. Okay, and then now again, depending on design, underneath the stair you might put a rock garden or whatever. So I'm not sure what the design will be, but yeah. So let's just do this and do an offset, and we can do the detail later. But let's say up to there, post that, and then want to extend up to there, and up to on this side too. There you go. And then because that is like far away, like this wall, so I created this wall. It's in layer P pen 252, so we can also do the same thing here. We can select that, this everything here on this end. We can just grade out and select layer pen 252. Okay, so that's going to be the section. And if you wanted to show the railing, yeah, you can do that, right? Railing has to be here. Remember that the railing at the bottom has to extend and then go horizontal 12. Okay, so that has to go and extend by 1/3 and horizontal. Now, because the direction um, of the stair is not going direct here, I can turn this handrail here. But some jurisdiction don't want that. They still want the stair at the bottom to go straight. Okay, but some jurisdictions will allow you to do this because the interpretation is people coming down will not go straight, will have to turn, so you can turn the handrail this way towards the direction of the stair, and the stair turns this direction. But sometimes each jurisdiction, county, whatever, has a different interpretation. Okay, so the handrail, I believe, according to the ADA, is between 36 to 42. Okay, or that's the handrail, the guardrail 46, but the handrail is 36. So we'll do a 36. So offset 36, and that's the handrail, and then this is 36 also. Offset 36. There you go, and then you just do a fillet, and then you just copy this from here, just somewhere here, and then adjust that to that one. That's the handrail, and then oh, just do that, and then just do a fillet. Okay, and then yeah, that's the handrail, and it could go turn here. So what kind of handrail do you want to decide on doing? Let me see, what is this? What is this? Oh, that's just for the step. Okay. So for handrail, you can do offset 2 inches and over here, and then you can do handrail lines 6 inches up. CP, this one 6, 12, 18, 24, and 30. Okay, there we go. And that's going to be my handrail. And I'm going to simply extend here, extend, extend here. Oh, and then let's just move this all the way here. And let's move this. Oh, we will copy this to under here. Okay, it's actually going to go up here. I lost my steps. It's here. This one here. This one. So I'm gonna do an extend and extend extend boundary B, this one, enter, and extend this. Okay. We have a little turn of maybe 6 inches like this, so it's oh no, that 4. And then we'll do this and then offset of 2, go, and then do a fillet, okay, and then do a fillet here, and then do a stretch of quadrant to perpendicular. Let's just match property with this one. There we go. And then match property with this one to that one, and all these other lines here. And we could certainly do a fillet here, just round this off like that. Oh, okay. And then you can turn this. So we're going to like freeze the rest. So we're going to lock all. So locks the layer of selected object. Well, because I want to copy this. So what's the best way? Hmm. Okay, so I'm just gonna copy this. CP, copy all of this, putting this line here over there, and then do a mirror. Yes. Now that I have a copy, I don't want to see anything here in between. I'm gonna trim that because it's the floor structure or the stair structure is blocking that. Go, and then this one should go this way. So we're going to make a copy of this one up to, well, make a copy CP of this one to the second. That second. Oh, why is it there? It's supposed to be here. Okay, so make a copy here too. This first step here. It's here. There you go. Is that the first step? Oh, the first step is here. So undo and make a copy. First step is here, right? That one. But I want to extend that further here and here. So that means that this one has to go and turn here. Go and turn here. Erase this. Okay. And then this one is supposed to be this junction, and then there you go. So that's the railing. And then I just copy this from here, somewhere here, and eventually here. Okay. And then it's floating. And then it's supposed to become horizontal here. So I'm going to trim, 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 trim. And then over here is supposed to turn horizontal. So we're going to trim 11 inches. Oh, no, not trim. And just pull that back. Why are you doing this to me? Okay, there you go. Quadrant. That one. Let me erase this. And then match property. There you go. That's the stair handrail. I'm going to erase this now. Oop, I lost that line there. I'm going to bring it back, undo, and then we're going to trim. I'm going to do a break. And then erase this and this one too. And then trim this. Erase this bottom. Fine. Okay. Then I could do horizontals from here. There you go. Then simply copy. And make sure that it's in layer 252. There you go. Okay. I don't need this anymore, so I'm going to erase. So basically, that's a stair, and there's another stair here, and so I'm not going to do that. But basically, that's I just gave you an example how to do the stair. Okay. Now, also, I'm going to save this, and I don't believe I've added the grids on here. So there's supposed to be a grid here. So there's supposed to be a grid here, and then there's supposed to be a grid here, and this wall, and then another grid. You can do it outside or here, so we're gonna do it outside here. And then another grid here, maybe inside or outside, because I want to. Is that's level 2 wall, so I'm gonna move this and to this level here, and then last one is over here. So I'm gonna just copy and here too, perpendicular here. There you go. So that's supposed to be the grid. So that here, when I save this and go to my section and upload or update and accept, I'm going to see all these grids and that's supposed to be there. So I'm going to do a copy and I'm going to copy this grid to perpendicular here. Okay, and then perpendicular here. Oh, oh, undo. Oh, mistake. So here, perpendicular, and I'm just going to do an offset through here to here to here to here, here to here, and here to here. Okay, and just like we did on our layout, where we have, let me save this. Something's going on. That one, right? Layout 2. We'll do the same thing, but we're going to concentrate on this one. Double click. I'm going to move this XREF base up here, and then I'm going to zoom window on this one, and then we're going to adjust that to an 8 scale, and then simply pan it wherever it needs to be, and then make sure that this one is on layer viewport, so it's hidden, and then that is my that's my second section, the longitudinal. Let's just look at it for preview. For preview, no, I haven't done a page setup yet, so page setup first. Now it's layout 2, modify, print on a AutoCAD PDF high quality using our AutoCAD CTB layout 1:1 landscape. Okay, close. Now I can preview, and then there she goes. So you can see this one's grayed out. You might have a problem here whenever you see this one because it's not. The black is supposed to be behind this. I mean, in front. Uh, with a laser jet, it should not be a problem. Okay, so we have to look at our PDF, but just be safe. Just to be safe, let's just do this, and then we're going to turn off all the pens, or not freeze, but lock all the pens except this one. Okay, so that we can select that whole thing without selecting all of this. Okay. Uh, Not off, so we have to freeze it. We have to freeze these two so they're not there. What layer is this? This is supposed to be pen 1. Oh, pen 1 is my current layer. So let's make that one and then freeze pen 1. I can't freeze my current layer. There you go, and you click that, right click, and then draw order, and then bring to back. Send to back. There you go. And then unfreeze my layers and unlock them too. And then go to layout, okay, and then preview and see the effect of what we did. There you go, pretty much working great. um you do need to put in, you don't need to put in restrooms here because it's just a preliminary, but that's basically it. You have your longitudinal section, then you have your cross section, and you're going to turn this in for an assignment PDF, your preliminary section. And I think that concludes this video lecture tutorial. Okay?